Okay, here we go. It's time to start Bionicle Heroes. I know I said I was gonna do Transformers Devastation as the first break game between Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories at the start of Kingdom Hearts 2, but then I decided, hey, Bionicle Heroes gives me a chance to talk about Bionicle again. Uh, what the fuck? I actually just had to make sure, really quick, that the audio is being captured. First things first, other settings, full screen. Uh, I don't know what the difference is, so I'll try digital. I love the Baraka. So a couple things to deconstruct in this little opening segment. First off, those are the Paraka. Those are our villains. I'll talk about them as we go. But also, yes, Traveler's Tales made this game. For those who are unaware, they tend to make... Actually, no, they make the LEGO games. Like LEGO Star Wars, LEGO Batman, and the LEGO Marvel series. This is the only time they did a Bionicle game. At least that I am aware of.
What are you? Are you our savior? Everything's run amok here, see? Our island has been invaded by the 6 Piraka. Vicious creatures they are. But they've gotten hold of the Mask of Life. That mask has strange powers and in the wrong hands. It's transformed all the island's inhabitants into all kinds of strange, spiteful creatures. They're everywhere. The Piraka control them. You must track down and defeat the Piraka to return Voya to peace. Use the powers that the masks will grant you to save Voya.
So, welcome to the island of Voya. This was the 4th year of Bionicle. This one had the very famous ad campaign of being synced to Move Along. I would say very famous. It's pretty well known within the community. I'm gonna override this one. I just loaded it up just to make sure the disc worked. So the Paraka are 6. Well, put it bluntly, they're 6. Whoa. Okay, yeah. Forgot how loose this game plays. This is a third-person shooter. Talk about our character here. We are Jaller. Or Jala. Jaller, or no, I think it's Jaller. Jaller was the captain of the guard in the first Bionicle movie, Bionicle: The Mask of Light. Through a series of events, he would become the Toa of Fire for the Ignica line of Toa. And the Ignica had quite an interesting motif going on, that being lightning. They, with the toy line, I'm going to try to talk a little bit about the toy lines. All the toys had glow-in-the-dark eyes, where basically the masks were rubber and the faceplate underneath would glow in the dark. And more importantly, their weapons glowed. They had a button and they would glow. I had, I think, the entire line. I used to be really big in Bionicle. Like, I love these things. I loved these toys growing up. And speaking of old ones, that's a Rakshi. Rakshi featured in the first Bionicle movie. I love the fact that they are just the toys. That is really cool. The Piraka are big dumb idiots, but they are incredibly dangerous. And here we have... I'm going to have to double check their names because I only remember a few of the Toa Ignica. Or I think it's supposed to be Toa Ignica. Here we go. God damn it. No, that's not the one I need. I need the Toa of Voya Nui. Because the only thing we're trying to find information on the Toa Ignica is there is a Toa named Ignica back in the, I believe he came out 2 years after this. Um... Um, yeah, this should be it. Let me see. Here we go. I'm sorry I'm taking a moment. I want to make sure I have their names right. Here we go. The Toa Inika, who would later become the Toa Marhi, were Jaller, Hali, Kongu, Hiwuki, Nupuru, and Matoro. In terms, let's see, no, you're Earth. So Rooney, that's a completely different team. Here we go. I think it's Kongu is wind. Yeah, Kongu is wind, and his mask may look a little weird. It's because it's like a weird hybrid of machine and organic. Everyone has different weapons in this game, so our friend here, the Toa, I'm gonna usually refer to them by their, with I think the exceptions of Holly and Jala, I'm probably gonna just end up referring, and Matao, or Matoo, I'm probably just gonna end up referring to them by their elements. Because when it comes to the Toa names, I mostly remember the original 6. But yeah, weapons, our friend here, our Toa of Air has a shot, as a 3-way splitter. Toa of Stone has a rocket launcher. And Toa of Water, a laser. So as you can see, I'm collecting a bunch of pieces. They are this game's equivalent of studs. And as for our generic enemies, we've got Visorak and Borak. I've already explained the Borak to an extent back when we streamed. Whoa, excuse me. Mask of Light. The Borak were the villains of the 2nd generation of Bionicle. And yeah, So unlike other games Traveler's Tale does for LEGO, prime examples being LEGO Star Wars and the rest of them, where there are a plethora of characters for you to collect over the course of the game, that is not the case with Bionicle Heroes. Bionicle Heroes, we only have a few. Oh yeah, here's our Toe of Stone weapon, mortar. There are some Toa I use exclusively for combat, and some Toa that I am more focused on for environmental. We will, but yeah, so unlike, okay, I'm all over the place. So first I'll talk about the pieces we're picking up. Instead of using studs, because studs are traditionally used with most normal LEGO sets, instead we have the bars, the gears, like, pieces more iconic to the Technic line that was the start of Bionicle. But yeah, so instead of, as I was saying, instead of collecting a bunch of different characters to fill different roles and do different things, instead we actually have a legitimate level up system. Well, kinda. So as we collect money, we can use it to upgrade not just armor, well, we can use it to upgrade the Toa. And in some significant ways, the most important being upgrading your, oh, right, that's what this does. So yeah, there are times where you actually need to max out that bar, because that will let you enter Hero Mode. And in Hero Mode, you have significantly increased stats, but also you're able to use the gold constructs. In all honesty, Travelers did a really good job, I think, with their only go at a Bionicle game. I would have loved to see them do more. And to be honest, Hero Mode, because I don't believe... No, True Hero had already been a thing. I'm not True Hero, the... Let's see. You know, filling out a bar had already been a thing for LEGO, because there was, True Jedi. A lot of stuff is done with the Toa of Stone. Ooh, Toa of Ice. So yeah, Mataro here he's got a sniper. He's also got, like, he can actually zoom in. Also, I really do like the incorporation of the fact that this line had the glowing eyes. Ooh, hey, I forget what you're called. The Vaki? God, I love these things. The only thing I don't like about this game's visuals is just the fact that I think it's a little too bright. In terms of the weapons, so you may notice that the weapons are... If you're a long-time Bionicle fan, you'll actually recognize a couple of the weapons, because, well, they're the Toa Mata, which is the first generation of Toa weapons. So, Tahu, Leua, and I don't mean their Nuva forms. I mean their first generation. You know, like I said, I really do like the fact that they are just the toys. It is something that I've actually been praising, the trailers for Bionicle, the Masks of Power, which I am so excited for that. That looks so good. So we got some Borak. Like, here's the thing. A lot of the generic enemies are generic enemies. It is very much a, like, you know, it's a LEGO game. It's a fun... Don't expect, like, you know, grandiose storytelling, because this is kinda in the era where, if I remember correctly, we were still in, like, no speaking for LEGO games. So that opening cutscene having dialogue, that was a big deal. So I think that would technically make it one of the first games with speaking dialogue from travelers. Yeah, so a lot of this game boils down to basically defeating a bunch of a bunch of different enemies, collecting the pieces so you could turn into hero mode, and then you making sure you have the Toa to traverse. Like for example, none of our other Toa can travel through walk through water, except for Holly as the Toa of water. For quick health, just pick up a mask. That's where I need to go. What about over here? Can I do anything over here? No. So there are certain interactable items within the environment that you can only use if you have a Paraka. So yes, you can unlock the only characters you can unlock in this game are, you have all the Toa from the get-go. You just need to find their masks in a level to play as them. This game does not... Look, there are some things in this game that haven't aged as well. The biggest of which being the controls, which is why I would actually kind of... I wouldn't recommend this to a modern gamer. If you are a Bionicle fan, you'll like this game. Like, if you really like the Ignite line, I'm sure it's just more it's more Bionicle. I don't know what else to say there. It's Bionicle. Yeah, it's a lot of, like, just little sections about... Oh, yeah. So, aside of just some weapon abilities... Oh, I don't have... all the Toa also have, their elemental powers. The issue is, as you can see, some of them we can't interact with yet. And when it comes to these black pieces, we need a special character. If I have anything interesting to say about, like, because the way that the levels are broken up, there are 4 areas for these 6 Baraka. The way that the game is structured is, as you have to progress through each area one piece at a time. After you beat this first level, all the other Barakas become available, if I remember correctly. And as we fight through, of course, we're going to be able to get more... we're going to be able to do more and more stuff, because we're going to upgrade our Toa, which means we're going to be able to interact with the environment more. When I was younger, I spent most of my time as the Toa of Fire, but now that I'm older and I understand damage numbers, well, I understand damage and fire rate better, I think I'm going to spend more time as our Toa of Air. There it is, with our rock sheet. So depending on the fight, there's going to be a bunch of different rules we're going to have to go through. For this fight, we have to basically just pick off Visorak and collect, you know, pieces so we can enter hero mode. If I remember correctly, that's the one thing I will say about a lot of these fights. It is mostly just survive and get hero mode. It's mostly, unlike Bionicle Mask of Light, which was mostly gave me a chance to talk about, like, you know, the Bionicle line in general. This is kind of a game that's going to give me a chance to, like, talk, well, not the Bionicle line in general. That one was more, had me more focused on the original line. Oh, if you do die, you'll just lose that Toa. So you technically have 6 lives at all times. If you run out of masks, you'll return to the last checkpoint. I believe you'll return with a standard set. Like, whatever the areas all have you start with different masks. It's not a super complex game, but I mean, it's a early, well, I don't know, I think this was a late PS2 GameCube game. And I can't even say it was just, unlike Mask of Light, I can't even just say it's, you know, oh, it was just a promotion for the toy line, because this game features Bionicle figures that just, or Bionicle sets that just weren't a thing anymore. Like, the Rockshi were long retired by the time this game came out. The Paraka and the Toa Ignica were the only things that were available at the time. She's like, nope, I'm done. As you defeat them, you're gonna collect the different headpieces. So talk about all these collectibles here. So the canisters, the silver canisters will unlock various generic enemies. So right there we can see a Borak. The gold canisters are special Krada, if I remember correctly was her name. They were the masks and collectibles during the Borak line and the Borak new. Then we have our actual fight, which was the Rockshi, and then there's the Kanoki discs. The Kanoki discs are all just like various achievements. Oh no, so it's not all of them unlocked. We now have access to... We can continue through the proc of water, but we can now also go to ice and... No, that's earth. We're gonna stick with water, though. Let's see. Okay, I got some more stuff I could do. I could save up for the discount. And as you can see, there's a bunch of different stuff for the Paraka. And also the bonus levels. There's also hints, but I'm not gonna waste money on the hints. So talking about, now that we've completed the first level, we can now walk around the hub as all 6 Toa. I believe these are just... Yeah, so, if you complete canisters and you come up to these different, areas. So I see that one had, like, the head of a Visorak. I think here you might see... Basically, these are where you can observe the generic enemies, all kind of just running around, but you have to collect all the canisters of that enemy. And then they'll appear in here. I like to say one of the... So one will be, like, the Nadiki, or the Vaki, one will be the, Borak, one will be the Visorak. And here is a canister room, which will be all the bosses. Which will be in the... Oh, hold on a second. There's no bugs allowed.
Go kick your dad.
Come on, Scout.
Yeah, you put it. Yeah, look.
He's gonna be in here. Look.
Whoa.
Whoa, no, he's a streamer dog. You can stay in here till you decide you're moody and you want to leave. Here, go get your blanket. There's your blanket. Have fun. Because I know that's what you really want. Yeah, these first 2 parts, I've got a decent bit to go over since, you know, I have to explain the mechanics of the... Well, not so much the mechanics of the game. The game's pretty simple in the grand scheme. But, you know, I just gotta go over some stuff. I'm gonna save up until we could get the, Why am I drawing about... Oh, yeah, until we could get the discount. Because I'm not too far off from that. And over here will be all the Kanoki discs we could collect. We're not gonna get all of them. Because as you can see, there are a few. There's a bunch for completing levels. I think there's some for completing them in certain ways. There's a bunch. Also, I think they all move at different speeds. Because I noticed wind and fire, Jala was moving a lot faster than some of our other Toa. Let's head off to level 2, Smuggler's Cove. Look at him! To be honest, of all the villains they could have worked with, the fact that Travis was given the Paraka, it's just perfect. It's perfect for them. Since the Paraka are basically just memes. They're wannabe gangsters. Also, interestingly enough, the Toa of Ice is arguably he is the most important Toa Matoa or Mataro, or whatever the fuck his name is the most important Toa in this entire game. Give me a second. Calm yourself, dog. Oh, no, dog. You can't escape. Do you want to sit on my lap? Come here. Come here. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I got you. Aw, you are a ball of anxiety. I love you, dog, but you gotta calm down. Nothing's wrong. No, no, you're just gonna sit by the door because you're you. Yeah, this is not going to be much like a lot of other games I stream. This is not going to be 100%. There's just because the main issue is it would be a lot of grinding because I need to get all the money so I can buy all the upgrades. Just so I could get all the silver canisters. Now, here's the thing. You could get a lot of silver canisters without any elemental upgrade. But, I'll talk about this when we go back to the hub. And I will... Because I might... Actually, I probably won't be able to afford the upgrade. I mean, the 50% discount after this. Yeah, we'll see. If I can, I will. Well, either way, I'll talk about it when we get out of here. It's a lot of Borok. Already at 76,000, so who knows? Maybe I'll get enough. Some levels are actually relatively easy. Like this one is not a combat level. Well, not a combat level. It doesn't end with a boss fight. Some levels end with a boss fight. Some are just get to the end of the level. Whee! More DACA! I will say this, if you need a mask to progress and you lose it, they're usually pretty good about putting it on the path. that's locked. Let's see here. There's a mask of ice nearby, and I'd like to try to get... There it is. I do like how you can tell the cooldown on your shots for Matao by looking at the blade closing. There's a lot of little details in this game that are really good. Do I need to interact with it with a certain Toa, or is it I just got... Yeah, turn one. Stone. There we go. As long as you're in the general range to hit an enemy, the Toa will automatically lock on. You can tell that you're locked on when you see the lasers coming from their eyes. Except the stuff this game doesn't go into, like, the storyline for Voya Nui was really good. It was the start of a really big trilogy for Bionicle. Like, the Toa Nuva actually came to this island first, and were defeated by the Paraka. I think that's the end of the level. So that is actually one of the... That was one of the gimmick toy... Oh, that is a piece of the gimmick for this generation. That was the Zoomer launchers, I think they were called. Basically, they were marble shooters. I actually have a couple of them in a jar... in a container somewhere. I love the running gag is like the Paraka just keep falling apart. Ah! God, that was fucking horrifying. Okay, let's see. How much money do I have? Let me, before I start the next one, let's, Vizak. I forget who this is. Because here's the thing. This game, heavily non-canon if you care about the Bionicle lore. Nah, I'm 25,000 short. fun. I mean, it's pretty fun, mostly because like the antics of the Paraka are fucking hysterical. But no, Vizok coastline was no Paraka. Oh no, the whole area is Vizok's coastline because Vizok is the Paraka of this area. Like we had to get to Vizok's deluge. Which one? Oh yeah, Rodaka. This was a big villain in the. She was a big villain during the. Hordika era. I will say this now, you do not need to upgrade any of the Toa's elemental powers for the main story. Not the main story, to beat the levels. You have all the tools you need to beat the game. It's if you care about collectibles. Or if you just want to make your experience, you know, have an easier time. I'd also be careful on relying on one Toa way too much because there are some levels where you just won't get certain Toa. I mean, look at the last level. We did not get any Masks of Fire. You could tell what Toa if you need a Toa or a hero mode based on the arrow on the radar. If it's blue, that means you need Holly. Red means Jollar. And as it's gold now, it means we need hero mode. We'll say also, the enemies are never going to stop. So don't sit still too long. Keep moving. Defeat what you can. Get to hero mode. Yeah, I'll try to say something interesting about, like, you know, all the different villains, because there are a lot of villains we will be encountering. All of which you have, like, served some, you know, have been present throughout the entirety of, you know, over the 10 years of this, the 10-year history of this era of Bionicle. And I say this era, there was a reboot, but it wasn't as good. Though Bionicle went way harder than it needed to. Like, in all honesty, if you are willing to take the time and delve into the lore, there's an excellent video on YouTube that does cover all of it. And my god, there was a lot of stuff I didn't know about. Hold on a second. Says I forgot to unmute myself, but eh. I didn't say anything. It was mostly just me kind of repeating myself as to why I'm streaming this. Like, you know, as I said, it's just because I wanted to talk about Bionicle. Because this series meant a lot to me growing up. Because I can't get all the silver canisters because I need you can't get that until you beat the game. That's the other reason why I'm not getting all the silver canisters. A lot of them require you to beat the game. Because, like, in LEGO Star Wars, you can collect almost all the gold bricks after you just get, Love that she's doing her hair. Right, can I? Oh yeah, I can just press X again and detonate. I thought it was just time detonation. Honestly, I kind of liked the boss design for Bionicle Heroes. It is very much still Traveler's Tale, so it's a lot of, like, you know, just repeat stuff. Like, this is just gonna be, you know... Yeah, like, this one is just, dodge her shots. I believe it is almost entirely fought through hero mode. None of the boss fights are honestly that too hard. But it is actually kind of cool that Radhika here, her only minions she's got are exclusively Visorak. I can't use hero mode. The only thing is, like, you can tell they did just use the same sound effects for a lot of it. I believe Holly has the same voice as all the other Tewa. But canonically, all God Matoran are girls. They're all female. At least I think they are. He said that I think they were all like that was an interesting thing about the Bionicle line. I don't think a lot of people realize, because like Bionicle, the blue Toa was traditionally always female. I think the only exception is the final generation was Glatorian. And even then, Glatorian had two blue Glatorians. One was female, one was male. There go your arms! Oh, I love this. I love all the comedic bits in this game. Oh, hey, no, this one wasn't a Krana. Those are, the Nuva masks. We collected the Toa Nuva masks of air and water. Which is, I believe, the masks of... I just read this. I think it's water breathing and levitation. I will say, I do like the fact that all the collectibles are... They make sense in universe. I really like that. Okay, now that we have enough, let's actually talk about the shop. So, first things first, buy the 50% discount, because, my god, these prices. So, if we go into the shop, the different abilities, as you can see, we have a bunch of, we have the armor, their gust ability, and the arrow slicer. As you can see, they aren't straightforward. So the way that they work, nothing has changed yet. I don't even think this affects damage yet until this. You now notice it is now 2 blades. So the first set are the weapons of the Toa Mata during the time of the original series. So that was Leiua's axe, and now it is Matao's blade. And when we get to the next tier, it's going to be Kongu's laser crossbow. For example, Holly's here will turn to Nokama's hydro blade. So the way it works is first tier is the first generation, second tier is second generation. For example, right now he's got Tahu's fire sword, and it will turn to Vakama's launcher. This way Nua's earth shock drill, the proto python from Anua, and Nuju's crystal spike. And as you upgrade, like, you can already see this fires so much faster. As you upgrade to the different tiers, you're going to have an increase in both firepower and speed. The only thing of note is the abilities. You have to invest. You have to max that whole thing out before you can start using the higher tier elemental powers. If I remember correctly, these levels are traditionally just boss fights. Yeah, the final levels of each one will just be a boss fight, because, again, it is still a Traveler's Tale. This is how they used to do things. Like, if you are more used to, how Traveler's Tale... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay, hopefully it doesn't crash again. Please don't freeze again. Believe it or not, this used to be the most tactical of the Paraka back before he had his sanity split. If it happens consistently, we might just not finish the project, sadly. Because I don't want to spend a lot of the time for my streams fighting with the game because it constantly crashes. So very player friendly with the fact that if you can't get the studs that no, yeah, I'm just gonna call them studs still. If you can't get them, they will just teleport over. I mean, you'll just automatically pick them up. Very user friendly. Squish. I will say, it is quite interesting how the Bionicle team took, like, you know, being an edgy gangster for the villains, instead of, you know, taking it seriously, they treated it as a big joke. Oh, I fucking love it. So what games have all of you been playing recently? Because I've been jumping around from a couple different games. I'm starting another run of Lies of P. And I'm getting ready to start an Elden Ring run. Because I'd like to have an Elden Ring file that's completed, but not on New Game Plus. For when the DLC drops. Right, so there are no silver containers in this level, that are just gold. And I think to get them, we do need upgrades that are just not affordable right now. I'm going to be more concerned with weapon and armor upgrades. Appropriate that I used the grenade launcher. All I need to do is go over here, pick up the mask. One thing I will say, because it's clear all these models are just completely. I don't know if they just scanned the toys and swapped out what they had to. Like, you know, the hands are not from the toys, and like some of the textures aren't. But you could tell because like you could see the kind of the plastic tearing for his back. If I remember correctly, playing as a Paraka, you don't have any elemental powers, but your weapons will be maxed. They will fight, weapon-wise, they fight just like the Toa. If you like slapstick humor, you'll like the cutscenes in this game. I'm just curious to see if I could get anything over here. Yeah, no, I need improved ice, improved stone, and improved water for this level. Wait, we might be able to get something, A lot of money and another canister. My first concern for upgrades is going to be the weapons. So, yeah, this guy just kind of shows up. I forget his name, but he's essentially the big bad for this, well, not so much the big bad, he was the final villain for this generation. Because they mentioned earlier, he's the one who has the Mask of Light. Also, ooh, the Gold Mask of Shielding. That was the original, that piece is very famous, because there's only 25 of them in existence. Yeah, and as long as we're in Vizoc's coastline, we can now play as Vizoc. And for defeating another, I think you just need, I think they unlock just by beating a certain number of levels. But also, no, we don't have it yet. What do we need to do to unlock Paraka Playground? Oh no, okay, no, so it is unlocked. I'll show that off really quick because it's fun. First things first. There we go. Go to Vakama's launcher. I'm gonna max out his gust ability because it is one of the more common ones used. But yeah, so now this is the disc launcher from the 2nd generation. And yeah, that is a lot faster. Yeah, this is the Paraka Playground. The Paraka Playground is, it's a gag area. So you can come, as you defeat the Paraka, they will appear here. You can just shoot them and they kind of just scream at you. But if you go to the shop, you could buy the various items here to fill out the playground, and you'll get hysterical cutscenes. Who knows, I might unlock all of them just because they are really funny. If I have the currency to spare.